Oh, look, okay. First of all, hello, friends. Can you believe that it's almost time to travel? For some of you, you haven't been out of your house in probably 2 years. And so I feel for you, but I hope that you're ready to do this because it is time for your annual information on how to pack properly, not just for the National Association of Realtors meetings, but frankly, for any place you're going. You are here, friends, for Leigh Brown to make your life easier. So welcome, welcome. So I'll tell you, first of all, I'm finding packing to be a real pain in the tail right now because I'm still on this stupid knee scooter. So if you are of a mind to pray, then you need to pray that my foot is healed before we show up in San Diego, because otherwise Bob Goldberg is going to have to get me a golf cart, and it's going to be hard for me to get off and hug y'all if I'm on a golf cart. I'm just going to point that out. So when you're planning for a week-long event with a bunch of realtors, you're going to have some needs. I'm here to help. Now, first thing you want to make sure of, let's focus on the most important things first, which would be your shapewear. Okay, so I don't really have to tell you this, but ladies, some of you are going to be going to 3 different installations in a row. Holly Woodward, you know, she's going to be president of the Residential Real Estate Council. And Holly even made a comment earlier today about, oh my gosh, by night 3, how will I look as amazing as I always do? And I said, girl, I got you. And so HONEYLOVE is the shapewear you want to have. It's got this X in the middle that makes things that maybe shouldn't be as exposed be exposed. I call it my bay window. So this is my bay window right here. The HONEYLOVE makes my bay window smaller, and I wish I could find it. I'm still hunting for it, which, by the way, is why we're doing your packing video 1 week before you leave, so you have time to go find things. So outside of your shapewear, let's talk about shoes. I'm a big fan of Rothy's. If y'all haven't noticed, like since we traveled last, they've got this one with the bow tie on that keeps it from flopping up off your foot. They're also machine washable, made of like water bottles or something. And since I've been in one shoe and one boot, at least it makes my one foot look cute. And then I can pretend that I'm in dressed up shoes because I ain't wearing heels right now, to tell y'all the truth. And then if I need to be casual, comfortable, like for the opening night reception, which this year at the Realtors annual convention, there's no concert. So those of y'all that were like me and you didn't really go because it was too loud and you felt like you were old man screaming at the clouds, now there's a giant reception on opening night for everybody. You need comfortable shoes. These are Allbirds, and they're stupidly comfortable. They're really, really great, and they're also machine washable. That's pretty much my shoes this year. I would normally be showing y'all things like my one sole that I had with me 2 years ago, but frankly, there's just no point, and I'm sad right now, and I'm just not going to get into that. So I mentioned to you that we're going to have some installations at the annual realtor meetings. Now, if you are not somebody who comes all the time, you might not know that we bring our leadership in. So when we bring in the realtor leaders, I'm probably going to wear red, but not because of any other reason except that I already have it. And I didn't feel like going shopping because I'm cheap. And y'all know this about me. And I don't think I've worn this one in a couple of years. Wayne Woodyard, you would know because I have a picture made with you in this dress. And I hope it still fits. I'm going to try that on with my HONEYLOVE and make sure that my Quarren 15 is not in my way. But I'll just tell y'all, there is no shame in wearing the same dress a couple of times. Just because you're going to a realtor meeting does not mean that you have to buy something expensive and new. So, Steve Reese needs dude love. Honey, I got you. Look, did you know that Allbirds makes man shoes too? Pete Kopp wears them all the time. And so there's a man shoe for Allbirds. And I don't know if Rothy's makes man shoes, Steve, but buy some for your bride. Okay, so anyway, and Steve, you don't have to wear a dress to the installation, but if you decided to, I would still hug your neck. But listen, if you're coming to Women's Council installation, when they bring in their leadership team, there's a rule that you might not have read your email because, you know, you're realtors who don't read anything. Seriously, y'all, read your emails. Anyway, it's blue because of Sylvia Seabolt, and I don't remember why she wanted blue, if there's a reason for it. But I had this blue dress that I wore a couple of years ago. It's coming back out of the closet too. Yay! This is the perk of not having had a conference in a couple of years. Nobody's going to remember what you wore last time, so bring it back out the closet. But wear blue if you're coming to the Women's Council installation. And I don't know what I'm going to wear to CRS, Holly. You didn't give me a color design. I'm going to have to go look in my closet and see what I have. But speaking of clothing, this is a business casual event. And I just want to remind you that business casual does not mean you need to look ridiculous. Okay, so I'm just going to be mama hen here for a second. One of the reasons that you come to a professional convention is to network, with professionals and to have your voice heard and to show up in governance and committee meetings and be a productive part of the conversation. If you've got your business hanging out, that is not productive to the conversation. If you are wearing blue jeans with holes in them, and yes, I know I sound medium aged. Well, I am. That's going to mean that maybe one of us medium aged or medium plus person does not listen to you as we should. So think about business casual in a good, productive way. So I will tell you, you talk business casual. This is my favorite, is this black skirt here. It's made in the USA, and it's by Beta Brand. They're out in San Francisco. It's about the only thing I do from San Francisco right now is buy something online. They need to clean that city up, but that's just me and the fence post. But this is called Beta Brand. Here's why I love this skirt. First of all, it makes me look thin, right, Carol? And look, it's got these skirts up underneath, so it'll hold my bay window in. And there's a pocket here for my room key, so I can make sure my room key does not get lost. And then there's another pocket up here on the outside where I can put my telephone. I just love pockets that don't add bulk, and we can all say amen to pockets that don't add bulk. So we're going to add that in. And for business casual for Leigh Brown, y'all know that I generally wear a dress when I can get away with it, because then I don't have a waistline that's going to be constricted, you see, because a woman has got to have standards. And Steve, I don't know what you're going to wear, okay? But I hope it's not dresses, because I don't think that would suit your facial structure. So when we're thinking about our business casual, I know that some of y'all don't remember how to pack, so I'm going to have to show you the secret to getting a lot of clothes into your suitcase, because I know y'all are going to overpack. You have not been shopping, you have not been out, and you don't know what goes in your suitcase. I got you, sisters and brothers. I got you. Oh, these are my favorite black travel pants. They are White House Black Market. That is my kryptonite, and that place is dangerous for me. And now that I've introduced Nancy Lane to it, she's figured out how many secrets there are up in the White House Black Market. But she let me pick her clothes out. If you ever go shopping with me, I am so bossy, but I will make you look good. So anyway, let's take the clothes here. I'm going to have to lay them on the table. Oh, I was going to show you another secret piece of clothing. Now, y'all know that I'm usually a runner, but not right now, which I'm sad about. So I'm not packing my running shoes. It's going to save me some space in my suitcase, but my head space is not good. If you are a runner or a walker or any of those things, we have a Facebook group called Realtor Runners and Walkers. If you will ask to join it, one of the admins, and I'm one of them, we're going to look and see if you are a realtor or an affiliate member. We like affiliates too. You are welcome to join that group, and then we will post our start times and our locations. Now, if you're not a realtor or an affiliate member, we're not letting you in, because we have to have safety at the forefront of our head, because November is Gratitude Month, and I'm grateful for safety, and I'm grateful for safety precautions. Thank you. So we will put you in that Realtor Runners and Walkers group. And then by mid-year in May, I'll be healed up and running again. So those of y'all that didn't want to run with me before because I was running too much, well, now's your chance to beat me. Thank you. Well, one of the brands that I love is Ink and Burn. And here's why I love them. See, y'all have seen me wear these before, and you're like, Leigh, those are such nice jeans. Well, when I tell you that you want to look professional without your business hanging out, you should know these are not real jeans. These are yoga pants. See, that's not a... That was weird. Did it come back? Oh, no. The live stream went away, did it? Gracious and mercy. I do not know what to do right now. Is it still going? Somebody tell me in the comments if I'm still talking, because I don't know where anything went, Lord. And this is not good at all. I see nothing but a black... Oh, what is happening with the interwebs? Anyway, so these are your not yoga pants, but sneaky britches. Ink and Burn. They're also made in California, and I usually have people that really, really want these, and I won't let them have them because, frankly, I can't replace them. I've got 3 pairs, though, to be honest with you. And speaking of clothing, let's just make sure that you know these meeting rooms are going to be cold. And before y'all go to fussing and moaning about it and saying, somebody change the temperature, why don't you just bring a jacket? I mean, I don't understand why we as grown people have to fuss all the time. when we can solve our own problems. And you can even solve it from the Realtor store with what I call my favorite piece of the Bob Turner collection. So it is camo jacket, and it is got my bright safety orange here because you know it's hunting season. So I totally need to make sure that I'm safe in my Realtor safety orange and my camo jacket. But legit, I love this little thing because it's so thin. I can take it by the arms and bring it to the middle. I never worked at the Gap, but y'all would never know. See, and I can roll, 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 and it will fit nicely into my Realtor backpack. And now if I get cold in a room, I don't have to fuss at the staff, and I can just take care of my own business. So can y'all please just agree to do that for this personal event? I mean, we could really be doing better. So speaking of my backpack, let me show y'all. Oh, it's heavy. It's hard to work with on my scooter here. I'm going to set this in my backpack, right? Look, Shazam. Now I'm not cold in the meeting room. And I'm wearing my Realtor orange. I think we have a link to that one for you. I'll show you another secret, by the way. Oh, and do you have a Realtor backpack? What? You say you don't? See, why wouldn't you have one? It's an OGIO brand, which I guess is fancy and expensive, because I looked on Amazon, and frankly, the one that does not have a Realtor R is more expensive than the one from the Realtor store. So you may as well carry your R around and let people ask you, what kind of a Realtor are you? And hopefully you would say a good kind. I don't know how some of y'all would answer that question. But then in my backpack is a little mom kit. Now, if you're not a if you're not a mom, you can totally carry a mom kit. And I'll tell you what goes in it. First of all, hairspray. Let's just be honest. A sister needs hairspray at all times. And if you judge me for that, then we shouldn't be friends. And you should also have athletic tape. This is the secret I first shared with y'all because Heather Ozier shared it with me. And it's very important. This is like $2. With inflation, it might be $3. So it's $3 stuff from the CVS or the Walgreens or the Harris Teeter or wherever. This is what you do when you get a blister. So those of y'all that are going to be wearing cute shoes, Leigh Brown doesn't have cute shoes this time, but you can, and I will look at them, and maybe you'll be as cute as my girl from Virginia. But I doubt it because she's got the best shoes ever. That's the fabulous Miss M. But this will stop a blister. So put this on the back of your foot. Put this on your big toe or your little toe or the top of your toe, wherever your foot blisters. This ridiculously helps. And it's better than Band-Aids because you know how Band-Aids get all curled up at the edge and get like black stuff on them. This doesn't, and it stays on your skin. And then when you pull it off, it doesn't bring all the little hairs with it. I don't know how it works. It's magical. And so I have some. And then also in my mom bag, I have some ibuprofen and acetaminophen and also some Aleve. So if one of you is having a headache, you come see Leigh. I will take care of you probably, but I might check your ID before I give you some headache medicine. There's also a book of matches in here. You know what this is for, right? I don't smoke, but I do have these in the room for when I have a guest over in the suite, right? Because, you know, sometimes you just needed a private moment and you could not go into the lobby. And I got matches so that you could also take care of all the friends around you. And y'all are welcome to come visit my suite if you want to. It's basically me hanging out in there by myself. And I also keep my toothbrush and toothpaste and floss in here because you might not have time to go back to your room and brush your teeth after you have your morning coffee. And I don't know about you, but coffee breath, I hate having it, but here we are. I've also got some Kleenexes in here, and what else is in here? Oh, gas tablets, because, you know, I'm sensitive and I know myself. And also I've got in here Band-Aids, and you need to have Christopher Wright. Are you serious? Did you really grow up in a house that didn't have matches in the basket of seashells on the back of the toilet? Because I don't, well, you're not Southern. Southerners have seashells on the back of the toilet, and I don't know why that's where the seashells go, but there's always a book of matches in there too. And then you don't have to buy things from Bed Bath & Beyond, and it takes care of things faster. So I'm just telling you, for those of y'all that have conference husbands and wives in your rooms, and we know that's not your actual husband and wife, but the one that you hang out with at conferences, matches can preserve your friendship. I'm just going to add that in. Now, in addition to my little mom bag, I've got a tech bag in my suitcase too. Now, at this Realtors Conference, you're going to be out of your room more than you're in your room, okay? So you need to have a backup battery pack, and you totally need this because you're going to run out of juice, and there's not enough outlets all over the place, and you might not be standing still long enough to use an outlet. You also, if you want to be a good neighbor, let me show you how to be a good neighbor. Besides, by the way, do not miss the good neighbor presentation. easily my favorite part of NAR, and also why there's tissues in my mom bag. Let's be honest, we all gonna cry at Good Neighbor. I feel like the biggest slacker on the planet watching Good Neighbor Awards. It's amazing. You can be reading about the winners now, but you want to hear their stories because we need more good in the world, and I need an amen on that, don't you know? Kim, the backpack, and all of this good stuff I'm gonna have links for you on everything. We already found them, make your life easy. So anyway, this is how you become a good friend. Get a USB extender that takes one USB and makes it 4. And then when you have a plug, you can share with a friend. When y'all were sitting there in my educational class on Sunday, you could let your friends charge off of your charger block, and that would be very sociable and kind. And in here, there's also a USB drive where I keep my backup slide decks. I have had to present on occasion when nobody else showed up. That was at an event where a presenter didn't show up and Leigh Brown had a laptop, so I keep all that stuff with me. Extra cords, extra things. Now you also in your backpack better have some snacks. I keep this trail mix with me. I like tropical fruit and nut because we're hanging out with realtors, and you know we got fruits and nuts in realtor world. But anyway, you might not have time to eat. So when you don't have time to eat, keep some food in your bag because y'all, it's a very exhausting time at our realtor conference. You're going to probably actually take about 20 to 22,000 steps a day, and that's not even an exaggeration, between meetings and the actual education piece and then the expo hall to visit our vendors and sponsors. There's a lot of steps involved. Make sure there's some food in your bag. Bring some protein bars. Built bars are my favorite. I learned about those on Jason Whitlock's podcast. And then speaking of taking care of yourself, a couple of supplements I need y'all to make sure you have. And yes, this is where Leigh Brown does some medical advice because I'm totally, well, hell, I'm as qualified as the CDC these days anyway. So let me show you what I think you ought to have with you. You need to have some vitamin D3, and you should be taking this every day anyway because this is the #1 vitamin that helps you reduce problems from the COVID. And you should be taking zinc because that also helps put them together. And they're a happy little couple. And there's a link to you for that as well. My favorite supplement I'm out of right now, and so I'm going to have to order some before we go to NAR, and it's called filtered carbon. The reason you want filtered carbon capsules, if y'all remember, I told you about this a few years ago, and I think a couple of you listened and you came to me and gave me your eternal love and undying gratitude because of it. Filtered carbon helps take the results of adult beverages out of your system so that you can function the next day. Look, some of y'all are not 20 years old, and I don't really know which ones of you that is, except all of you. And you're going to forget because you're going to love to see your realtor colleagues, and you haven't seen each other in a while. There's going to be a lot of hanging out and adult beveraging. When you've had more than 1.5, yeah, the filtered carbon helps you function the next day because we need you to be at top marks. And speaking of top marks, there's also other realtors you should hang out with, like Virginia Realtors gave me this little kit, and it's got hand sanitizer. I'll give that to somebody. I don't use it because I need to keep all the, I keep my body learning how to fight off things. An antiseptic towelette that we're going to wipe out your boo-boo, I guess. And an insect sting relief pad. If y'all get bug bit in San Diego, I can help you. And a Band-Aid. But this is also why you support our cat, because you might get things to put in here. Yes, Donna, it is like activated charcoal. Some say activated, some say filtered. But my only rule of thumb on the supplements and stuff, buy made in the USA, because then you have an idea that maybe it was made with some standards in mind. A lot of that stuff is made overseas. And I love my international friends, but I do not want to take supplements that came from out the country. I'm just going to put it that way. All right. So now we talked about snacks and supplements. We got our jacket. It's time to show you how to pack your suitcase. So let me just roll over here closer to the, oh, my cat's going to get upset. Look, I told y'all I have cats available for adoption. There's the big one. He weighs almost 30 pounds, Mario does. And so he's going to be very upset that I'm going to disturb nap time now. But here's how you're going to save room in your suitcase. So this, friends, is why you came here. This is worth the cost of admission to this free video today. So we're going to bundle your clothes. Bundling saves so much space. It's actually better than those little packing cubes, although I do use those for my unmentionables. And this is better than balling things up. And certainly the way they fold things at Abercrombie don't save not nary an inch of space. So take a long item like this, like a dress, and lay it up and down, okay? Did y'all see that? I have to move my backpack. Let me see if y'all can have a good view here, because I know my audience, I love y'all. You like to see things right up close and personal. Let's see. Here we go. Is that better? All right, now we got the one dress laid out. Take your second dress, okay, or shirts. You can do shirts this way or pants. Lay it the other way to where this end lands right about the middle. Okay, so you with me so far? Now let's take your breeches. Then you could take them, fold them half in two. All right, see, so there's our waist. Fold them half in two. And if they're pants with a crease, y'all know how to fold on the crease. Do I need to show you that too? Because I have a fear that the young people are not learning how to do clothing the right way. And it makes my heart sad, because you need to care for the things that you have, y'all. If you wouldn't buy crap from Forever 21, you buy decent things you'd take care of, and they'd last longer. And should we just make that a story of life? It's like houses. If you buy a custom built house, it had ought to last longer. But anyway, to fold on the crease, find your seams, match your seams on your legs, and hold it like this. And that's how you find the crease, my loves. And then it will carry right down here to the middle. So that's how you would fold it on the crease. And because I don't feel like messing with them again, I'm going to lay it like that. Now this, the waist goes right in the middle, okay? So the waist is in the middle of the two dresses, top to bottom. We'll take our second pair of pants here, which is my Ink and Burn Yoga / jeans pants. And again, you see I just automatically just start the folding. I love folding and ironing. I don't know why. It's unnatural, I know. So let's fold that and put that around the middle here. So you see what we have here? We have a pair of pants going each way, a dress going each way. Now, I'm not putting my fancy dresses on the outside. Your fancy dresses go on the inside. And by the way, if you're folding dress shirts, you would lay that out with the arms straight out like Jesus on the cross. So put the shirt here, arm and arm, because we're going to use the arms and legs for something. So I'm going to take this dress, and this one is going to, I kind of feel like I'm going to look like Cleopatra in this for the Women's Council. And so I'm going to fold that one, lay it in the middle because it does not wrinkle. And this one has little beads and sequins on it. So we're going to fold this one half in two as well and protect these in the middle, okay? They're in the middle of my pile. You with me so far? And now I got one more clothing item here. And obviously I'm going to be packing a lot more than this, but I promise y'all I could put the whole week's worth in here if I could walk. So take your skirt. We're just going to lay that out, lay it in the middle, okay? Now you see what we have here? We have what looks like a skirt, dress, dress, pants, pants, dress, dress. This is how bundling works. Take the outside pair of pants, bring it all the way over, okay? Pull it nice and tight. Take this other pair of pants, pull it all the way over, nice and tight, okay? And now we're going to hold the pants out, though, on this side, okay? Got that? Take the bottom dress and fold it up on this end. Y'all see what I'm doing here? Take the top dress and fold it over. Now pull this over here. Now this pair of pants we're going to pull back around like this to tie it up. Now that whole pile of clothes turns into this little bundle. Legit, y'all, you can get a whole week's worth of clothes into a bundle that's not a lot bigger than this. So some of you could travel with a carry-on. I personally don't travel with a carry-on right now because what's the point? I have to check it anyway since I can't walk. So I have my away bag. But don't buy the away bag with the battery in it because the airline people won't let you have a battery anyway. So just make sure it's in your carry-on, not in your check bag. And also your vaping people, don't vape it NAR, it's gross. So anyway, that's how we're going to get our clothing in the bag. We're going to get our shoes. Now, the last thing I want to tell y'all before you hop off of here is what you need to make sure. And oh, I did forget something you have to bring with you. What was I forgetting? I forgot that you need to bring your most important jewelry. Bring your RPAC pin because this is going to be what other realtors will frankly look at you and judge you by. It's just a judging thing. And also it's going to be where we might have to check your admission. We'll check the year on it, but your name badge is going to have a pink dot on it so that you can access the major investor seating at the general session. And we know that y'all love that benefit, but you should know we're restricting the number of seats so we don't wind up with that gap anymore. So get there on time. Just don't be like average people who are 10 minutes late. Be 10 minutes early and advanced. So make sure that you get in there quickly. What's the secret for getting foundation off of coats? Oh, James, that's good. I can't find the rest of my packing stuff because I'm totally regrouping here from a year off the road. But here's the secret. When you're hugging everybody, because you're going to invariably hug somebody who has foundation on. It won't be me because I never have figured out how to wear it without the line. And so I just give up. But when you hug somebody with foundation on, they're going to leave a mark of themselves on your shoulder. And you might want to keep it just as a memento of their love. But if you don't want to keep their face on your shoulder, you need a can of Barbasol. And I mean like the kind your pawpaw used, the cheap red and white striped can for $3. It's probably $4 now, thanks inflation. So get you a can of Barbasol, put a little bit of it on that foundation, get a dry cloth and shoot, and the foundation is out of your jacket. So gentlemen, I know that y'all have this little cheat that you can bring one jacket and you can bring like 47 ties and 3 shirts and Shazam, you have a million outfits. Ladies, I know you don't have that advantage and it's okay because we don't have to cheat like the men do. But since y'all are gonna wear the same jacket over and over, you need to make sure that you can get the foundation off. And Chris wants to know, he got lipstick on his sport coat at his last gathering. No judgment. Hey, you got lipstick on your coat. It was somebody like, well, you're taller than most people are. Maybe they kissed your shoulder. I don't know. But lipstick is different. It's petroleum based. And so that could cause bigger issues. So maybe just don't kiss everybody on the face right now because some people might have the COVID. And just, don't lip kiss everybody right now unless you know them or married to them or something. So let's see. You need your stuff for your foundation coming off your clothes. Oh my goodness, I forgot to show y'all something. Well, I might have to ride you into the kitchen with me so I can show you something you're going to need for NAR this year. And by the way, as I was mentioning, you do need your major investor pin and you do need to be ready for that opening night reception. You need to check your emails because many of you have regional receptions, state receptions. You do need to attend your regional caucus. If you don't know which state caucus you're in because you're new to NAR meetings, well, I can tell you which region you're in. If you don't know, just put it in the comments and quiz me right quick. Or you can just go to nar.realtor and get that right quick. I was so glad when I can walk again, y'all, not even playing. And by the way, in the middle of my Zoom calls today, I roasted pumpkin seeds. And so I'm going to put those in my bag too to have a nice little homemade snack that doesn't have a bunch of sketchy preservatives in it. Down on my scooter. Make sure you have a notebook because you're going to want to write down all the information you get at the educational events. Tons of great speakers. You're going to be super pleased by the amount of information we have. And make sure you have business cards. Now I'm going to give you my unconventional Leigh Brown advice. I don't think you need to bring 1,000 cards because 1,000 people are not going to remember you. You're going to find that you make 5 great connections and the event is going to have been worth your while. So bring a few cards and save those for when you have an interaction with somebody that you really want to connect with further. That's the beauty of getting back to in-person, y'all. I know that Zoom has been a stopgap for us. It has helped out a lot, and you have been grateful for that ability to keep functioning. Nothing beats in person. So frankly, if you haven't signed up yet, now's a good chance to sign up and still come ahead on and get back into the groove of relationships. But we are having a virtual option. So if you're a realtor who's unable or not ready or for whatever reason, you're just not coming to San Diego, I'm just going to remind you that you could have your little home studio right here. So you see behind me in my home studio, my ring light. You totally need a good light if you're going to be on Zoom because we want you to turn your camera on. Please turn your cameras on, y'all. It's killing us slowly that are speakers. See how my laptop's on a stand? That's so I can make the goose flesh go away, let's be honest. And then I got a little camera. Think about how you can set up a little studio so that you can be all in, even if you're virtual. Okay, so there's some packing tips for you. That's maybe not my most complete version ever, but since I only have 1 foot to hobble around on, it's going to take me from here till next Tuesday to pack my bag. If you have questions about the event, if you don't know which sessions to show up at, or if you need somebody to introduce you to somebody else, I got you. Me and a lot of the other leaders out there, man, we love nothing more than connecting people to each other. So just reach out, especially if you're a first-time person. We're going to have a little marker on the name badge this year for first-time attendees. So the rest of y'all, old guard over here, make sure that you look for the new attendees too and welcome them, find out where they're from, help them find their regional caucus, help them come to the Good Neighbor session, to come to the general sessions, and to figure out how to stay connected. I will see you at the opening, at the inaugural Thursday, at the opening reception Friday night, at the RRC and major investor event on Saturday, and I think Women's Council Saturday too. I don't know, I'll be hustling. And I'll see you at my class on Sunday. And frankly, I'll see you all over the place. Whenever you see me though, please stop me and hug my neck, because that's what makes realtors amazing, is connections. I will see you guys very soon. Mwah.